out fine. I just don't know what it is locally. Oh, harassment on risk. Hunters on a tango will be fine. Beastmaster in the middle. Has Ancient Apparition come back to him. Ancient Apparition actually out leveling the Beastmaster. So that's the power of AA. He never has to leave the middle lane. He just throws his ultimate and he's part of the gank already. His ultimate's just got a hit. One small detail. Shan looks like he's actually purchased something. What's on our courier? Yasha and Blade. And it's flying out. He's 100 gold away from actually completing off that Yasha, but he can buy the Boots of Elvskin from the side shop. So he won't have to worry too much about that. 1k gold for the Beastmaster. Possible mana boots, possible just going to save up for Vanguard. You can buy that ring or even just a vitality boost this early on. Not really concerned too much about health regen, considering you can always just pop off that bottle if he controls the runes. You'll have no real issues. At this point, there's a fair decent warding up. Both Radiant and Dire have vision over the south. Snoopy, counter warding. Cheeky little devil. Gets the counter ward. So Radiant losing vision of these runes. Meanwhile, on the top lane, looks like Enigma's looking for a little bit of a fight. Shaitan knows they're there. And Snoopy has now TP'd him. Not level 6 yet, so there's no swap for initiation. However, they did leave the conversions behind. It's going to make them a lot easier to farm up. There's an extra 80 or so gold that was just thrown the way of Natural 9. Speaking of gold, let's have a look at our gold graph. So it is in the advantage of Natural 9. Especially after that, well, not to mention the first blood. And the second, and then the third, and then finally we did see that strike back. But the advantage is definitely going the way of the boys from Australia. As well as one from Singapore. Musica is from Singapore. The rest are actually from Australia. Now, Musica should be able to claim off this mid tower pretty easily. Nothing really can stop him. He just wants to ensure he gets the last hit, which he does do so. So 2150 is what he needed for a Blink Dagger. And he might go for it. Cynical having Arcane Boots flowing out. 3 heroes on the top. Titan's going to be the first one caught out by the Dark Troll Warlord. Might think about throwing out the net. He's already risen the dead. Why not add a net to your sins? Shaitan not really in a position to fight it though. He's just in a position to farm. And that'll probably be why YouBoat still feeling slightly confident to stay up there. Invisibility. In the meantime, Risk having a good time on the bottom lane. Phase boots as well as a ring. Makes life very, very easy. Also with those phase boots, you can actually walk through units and slow them down. It's just this extra bit of wind run ability. Actually add slow when you go. Now bottom lane, Invis rune set up, Axes fly. Risk also throwing out the power shot, needs to get a shackle, gets it! Chains him to a tree. Beastmaster will come in, the man who hates the trees, Crystal Maiden forced in. Power shot does fly. And they do get the double kill, Enigma is here. Mini stuns on Risk, AA Old is going to fly in perfectly. The black hole will ensure they will actually hit. For some reason, Snoopy decides to stun the Tide Hunter to get that kill first before stopping the Enigma black hole. It works out in the end. They get themselves 2 kills. And Beastmaster lives. So Windrunner for 3. And the AALT on cooldown for just a couple more seconds. And now the push onto the tier 1 tower. Musica taking out that tower a hell of a lot. The Vanguard allows him to do so. Oh, wanting to move back, throw out those axes. Doesn't want that any part of that creep wave. Take out that tower, because once that starts to die, then the siege creep becomes a potential target. So siege creep hits. Beastmaster gets the last hit on the tower again. That's 2 for the Beastmaster. So Vanguard is done. He can almost buy up a Blink Dagger as well. The money is rolling in for Musica. And Snoopy will ensure it continues to do so, keeping the support. Now on the way into what was the mid. Natural 9 having a great old time. Up now towards the top, actually. Sniper's up here. What's he doing up here? Looks like he's actually going for Lothars as well. Gotta be careful about it. You can pop that off, but I think it's the Drow Ranger Silence will pull you back out. And we gotta make sure he gets in the right position. One Satter, just poor little bastard. He will frosted to death.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
In the meantime, Dro's had Ogre Club been thrown out, so after the Yarsha, more than likely going to go BKB. Even though Enigma's ulti will go through BKB, it's going to be pretty hard to stop Drow Ranger once that BKB goes. And there's already enough disable on the Enigma Black Hole. So they'll be happy with that. So while the tier 1 towers go down the top, we have seen Mutica and Risk push out the mid. Into that tier 2 tower. It's almost already dead. I think a third of its life. And the push on the bottom lane, forcing the TPs back. They see it coming in. War Leader is the one. He has completed that Shadow Blade. Now in towards the mid. What do we got from Risk? No mech just yet. Enchantress already brought up the drums for when they want to be a little bit more aggressive. I'd like to see Shatan's farm right now. Music's looking good. Shatan is looking amazing. 90 for 15. We are 16 minutes in. See the same from the Dwarven Sniper, though. The Dwarven Sniper's looking pretty good. 94 for 29. The only downside for Sniper is that one extra death. It ended up going a slightly defensive item. It does allow him to actually have a little bit of extra damage and attack speed. Mid tower's going to go down. So life is pretty easy for him. Meanwhile, back for Musica. Goes back to farming up the ancient creeps. And Enigma can only do the same thing. He goes into the neutrals. So Risk forming up with Snoopy in the middle lane. Cynical's also there for support. Always happy to lend off a heal. Risk even just attempting a bit of a random shackle. I think he's actually going to head back to the main base in just a moment. Just want to use all the mana he had left. Or he's just waiting for the mana boots. That'll do the job as well. It's just his farm that's coming up on Drow Ranger. The fact that we haven't seen him buy up anything means he's not going Sanjay Yasha. It does mean he is going to go that BKB. Which is more of what we did expect. If anything else actually happened, then we would have gone, okay, what the hell are you doing, man? That's just crazy. So down towards the bottom lane, Tyler just making himself a bit of a juicy target to Beastmaster. Having that roar up, also with a gem. All about the counter warding at this point, by the looks of it. Surprising as she does go for the gem and doesn't just go for Necro Book. Get a level 3 Necro Book, and those minions can actually de-ward all they want. Tier 1 tower on the bottom lane looks like to be the target of YouBoat. Remove out all the frontal positions. And still a decent creep wave here, so they have to get through that and then deal with the fact that VS, Enchantress, Musica, and Risk are all still hanging around. And Shatan is pushing out the top lane. In fact, he's actually bought something up. The Mithril Hammer is on it. So almost done with the BKB. Tier 1 tower pressure's now coming. Howl's already gone. Axis as well. And demolishes off the creep wave, including any form of units that were there. And Shatan should be able to deal a decent amount of damage towards this tier 2 tower. So might have to see a TP coming out from at least one of these heroes from the bottom lane. And it will actually be War Leader up towards the top lane. But Dro's already gone. Shatan didn't need to really stick around longer than that. In the meantime, Natural 9, interested to see where they want to push out. Do we want to go for a tier 2 tower on bot, mid or top? The choice is ours. They still hold all their own, and possibly also going for the tier 2 tower on bot lane. That way they can control the neutrals properly. Enchantress is already in there, grabbing up a couple of centaurs. Needs to build up the army before they do push. Enigma's conversions do get spotted out too, so they are going to be worth a fair chunk of money. It's about 170 gold that is added towards the accounts of Natural 9. And Enchantress would actually have loved to grab that troll. But his teammates decided, you know what, we just want to kill them instead. They're worth money, man. Who cares about your pets? So Rangers still no BKB up just yet. Meantime as well, War Leader up to 2,000 gold on the top. Can feel pretty confident to do what he's doing, even though there is no tier 1 tower up on the top. because he has that Shadow Blade, able to actually go invisible. It's also that bit of a problem with that gem being purchased by Musica. There's no real place for that Drone Ranger for that sniper to hide. And now Shaitan also has himself an Aegis the Immortal. When it rains, it pisses. Now the BKB is also going to fly out. So BKB, as well as Aegis the Immortal, as well as the Yasha, as well as Drone Ranger. I think it was actually 11 or so. Yeah, 12 now. A level 12 Drone Ranger. The BKB is done. So the question will be where the engagement will happen. Bruce is going to get caught out inside his own, inside the opposition's neutrals. He's like, oh, hello, what's going on? Oh, hang on, I chased it too far. Try to win run, got frostbited up. AL is going to hit, Risk is screwed.
Bury me beneath a tree.
He saw them. He actually saw them and then ran in towards them again. He was hunting the creep. And it was just that wrong footing of his. And then getting nailed. In the meantime, I'm still also just checking up.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
We look to be fine as far as
Radiant structures
lag is
are
going from here.
fortified.
So that's small frame loss. So now in the bottom lane, Snoopy's left to defend against 3. Luckily, it's not the real Snoopy, or else he'd be dead.
Dire's
Well,
bottom
Snoopy's
tower
back in the middle
is under
lane.
attack.
One random Ogre Magi. He's going for a little bit of a wander. Down towards the bottom tower, Dwarven Sniper. Must have that little bit of extra increase in range. Yep, 4 on range. So they can't find him. Musica spots that Ancient Apparition. Stuns from Enigma's going to help out. Snoopy also helping out with the negative armor. Fishbone still has that ultimate if he needs to actually use it. He might do so if Snoopy gets too close. Tide's going to come in. He has that Ravage if he wants to pop it. The Shackle Shot latches the Tide as well as Fishbone together. Wagner even takes the damage from the Power Shot going through. Now the Ravage pops off from Sierra and Snoopy is held in place for just the moment. Will be brought down. In comes Beastmaster and Windrunner. They're being pulled together by the Enigma Black Hole. Another Frost going out from Crystal Maiden, not to mention the Shrapnel, which is out there. And Cynical is doing the damage from the rear with those imps. 1 hit is all he really needs on Fishbone to kill him. Maybe 2. Gets it 2. So Enchantress gets 2. So 3 gone down. Enchantress would like to fight from the high ground from this, but also doesn't want to fight against a Crystal Maiden as well as a Dwarven Sniper. However, Sniper just left. Crystal Maiden will try and TP out. How much damage can you do, Cynical? Not enough. Shaitan up on the top lane. Looks like he took out the tier 2 tower. How much damage he did the tier 3? Down a half. Never leave Shaitan alone. Never, ever, ever leave Shaitan alone. What's he actually up at? 161. 162. No kills, though. It's the difference between him and Sniper. Sniper has got 2 kills. And those 2 kills which he managed to achieve later in the game, so 20 minutes into the game, you get 2 kills, they're worth a crap load more money. Depending on what the sprees are, depending on what the levels are, depends on what money you actually get. It's like a 4-star coming out from Windrunner. Already completed the mech. Also see a cloak up for the Beastmaster, so possible pipe for him. Either that or he just likes cloaks. I don't know, people can have cloak fetishes. I'm really against that. Enchantress trying to farm towards an Aghanim Scepter. Almost there as well. Also picked up a kill during that last fight, so it is helping out to get that extra, what's going to be 1,642 gold. Schmuck time. There's always the wheezy man that happens whenever they pop smoke. Shaitan is currently the visible one. They would love to kill this Dwarven Sniper. Beastmaster starts with a roar. Snoopy should chain with a stun. If they do so, come on! He's invisible! Where is the gem gone? Oh, that's right, Musica died last time. Needed to chain that stun. That stun needed to be thrown by Snoopy, and it wasn't. And because of that, he's now invisible, running away, and Dwarven Sniper TP's back to base. We'll live to fight another day. Mid tier 2 tower will go down. Windrunner gets the hit on it. That's an attempt to deny by Bonds. I wasn't able to pull it off. Enigma in the meantime, up on the top lane. Just pushing out, just create some conversions and just have fun from there. But they have to worry about that tier 2 tower in the bottom lane. That's going to be the larger threat for him. Enigma gets a blink dagger. That's well worth the farm on that top lane. If he gets himself a good blink off right now, you grab 4 heroes. AA Old, he's going to set it up for him. They can see a couple. CM's going to come in as well. Trying to defend against this bottom tower. Depending how much that siege creep does to it. It's actually now within deny range. So they might think about that. Mech charge has already been popped here for Natural 9. And they're not expecting Dwarven Snipe to go for a hunt. And he does do so. He finds Cynical. Cynical needs to pop those Agent's Attendants sometime soon. There they go. He finally pops them. He's already taking a lot of damage. Pops off the dust. You cannot run from that. In the meantime, though, in the rear end of play, Wygert's going to be brought down. Natural 9, Dro Ranger. You got to look out for Shaitan. He even stops to farm up the conversions.
Top tower is under attack.
Sniper pops off. The Shadow Blade again. Enigma looks like he wants the TP out as well. Beastmaster might have a bit of a search in here. There goes one TP. There goes the second TP. It's a good split as well. So music completes the hood. And the bottom tower goes down. Dro Ranger again with the last hit. Manta style, BKB, and still has the Aegis the Immortal. I don't think they want to stop the push right now. It's good to see an aggressive pushing game. In a couple of our other games we've had today, it's been a very, very slow kind of pace. We push when we're ready. We push when we're ready. This time, Natural 9 being a lot more aggressive. They turn around, land a silence on the Enigma. But Snoopy is gone. It's got to let him go. Risk tried to come back down again. They land a shackle. Beastmaster Roar as well. Pushes them up. Power shot actually not getting the kills. Dro Ranger, who's now popping out the cold arrows, going for the Orb Walk. And he's got it too. So damn fast. Windrunner helps out. Shaitan is still alive. And they hold again. Another shackle shot. Both Dwarven Sniper as well as the Tide in place. The silence again from Shaitan trying to stop Dwarven Sniper from popping off that assassination. And they're going to have to kill him. Or else he is going to kill Shaitan. Shaitan can't pop off that Manta if he gets the timing right. Another upside for that Manta. If he gets the timing right for the Manta style, then the assassination won't actually hit him properly. Now the real Shaitan's left. Aegis pops. Dwarven Sniper has no mana for it, actually, in fact. And Wyger will easily be brought down. Too much to stop it. And he'll take out the melee barracks. This creep wave doesn't spawn for another 10 seconds. And the melee barracks will be destroyed. Focus fire helping out from Risk. Enigma blinks in. Tries to cast a black hole and stops. He didn't channel. He got instantly done. And Dro almost has enough damage to kill. But doesn't want to overextend, so they will fall back. And maybe even fight from the high ground. A new creep wave's coming in. In fact, that's exactly what they want to do. Well, looks like Natural 9's had enough. They go back to the whole farming kind of thing. Counter warding on the way out as well. Well, she got a gem. Yes, the gem back on Beastmaster again. Top lane's also pushing itself in. Mid lane Vengeful Spirits give him a bit of a hand too. And now they've got these super seismic melee creeps on the bottom. Not with that wave, it's with this wave. There's the mega melee creeps.
Invisibility.
Snoopy now also just dropping down a couple of wards. They want to keep tabs very, very closely on those Radiant neutrals. That's where Enigma will try and get his farm back. That's where Dwarven Sniper will try and find some easy times as well. He's not really going to find it. And even now up on the top lane, I think he's feeling massively secure, even with that Manta as well as Shadow Blade. They can find the real one very, very easily. Just double checking a couple of other things. My apologies for the delay in my voice. Roshan's not back up again. Ancient Apparition having a bit of a scout with his ulti. Currently it's smoked up, so a bit of a waste of an ultimate in the end. If they do find someone to gank with that smoke, then it's going to be completely useless. Because the ultimate's already gone. Enigma's ulti's also on cooldown. Tide does have that Ravage. Dwarven Sniper, well, he's always got his ultimate as long as he has mana. And Crystal Maiden can basically make sure of that. That Drow Ranger now with the helm of the Dominator. Look to see that convert into a Satanic sometime soon. Already with 1600. Looking very, very nicely farmed. The gold graph just dipping and dipping and dipping and dipping. 15,000 being the advantage. Now Roshan's back up again. Oh yeah, he does have that ultimate, so he can hurl it. Now's the time to do it. But it's already too late. Life steals too much. Roshan's gone. Aegis the Immortal given to Shaitan again. And they will push through the middle lane more than likely. Either that or they'll try and force the GG. And that's probably not a bad idea too. The tower is gone and they instantly smoked. They'll actually run in towards the bottom lane. There's no tier 3 tower to reveal them off. Enigma is chilling in the area. He's actually falling back to the main base. There wasn't a ward of theirs to see that. They're looking for someone to kill. But with everybody missing, I'm not quite sure about it. Shaitan pops out. Manta Style instantly popped. Tier 2 tower will be harassed on the top lane, but a tier 2 tower for a range barracks, that's a half fair enough trade. That's about the amount of damage that can be done after that point. Be able to rotate in towards the middle lane. Shaitan picks up even more money. It's about 200 for every one of these buildings. Well, there's 120 for almost all these buildings they kill. So tier 2 tower goes down the top. Crystal Maiden swipes that. DP support's now going to come in. Shaitan trying to be in a good position so he can actually silence as well as deal that damage. Last hit in the tower goes to him. So that's that Aegis Immortal. Pops off the BKB. A lot of damage to CM. 2 hits and CM loses half a life. The Natural 9 want to fall back. They realize how many have come back. And they don't want to risk Shaitan's Aegis yet. There's other times they can do that. See the aura stack just then. Mech, Inner Beast, Vlad's, Vengeance, Swiftness. So many auras, and you can even stack more. Drow Ranger had the Precision Aura. And then Enchantress can grab up a couple of creeps as well. Has some more aura, should be happy to pick up that Centaur. And in the meantime, Drow Ranger will push out the top. 4.5k on that Drow. 216 for 24, 3 kills, no deaths, 5 assists. I still want to give props to Dwarven Sniper, who is almost keeping up. The only downside for him is he's not getting all the money that Shaitan's getting when these towers go down. There's still 2 tier 2 towers up. Not to mention, tier 3's gone, tier 3's gone, buildings are gone. All these buildings were killed as well. Shaitan picked up a couple around here. There's a lot of extra income coming in. In fact, we just check. Whoops, hang on, let's not change our view settings. This is the one I want to see. So gold earned, 13,000. Almost 18,000 for the Drow Ranger. That's a lot of money to spend. I guess he's even just dipping down even more. Almost 20,000 the advantage going the way of the Natural 9. And they're pushing towards the middle second. And now the push onto the melee barracks. Shaitan already has that Eagle Song purchased. He's 900 gold away from completing up the Butterfly. So leaving the Satanic for later, just give himself a little bit more evasion. Make it harder for the Dwarven Sniper to kill him. And make it easier for him to kill the Dwarven Sniper. So the new creep wave coming in. Looks like a bit of a gank attempt coming from the rear from Ancient Apparition as well as Tide. To see if they can actually basically sandwich Natural 9 in towards its mid. Tide shows himself. Already Shaitan's gone up. There goes the Ravage. It will be enough. Crystal Maiden's brought down by Beastmaster with a Raw. Musica getting caught in as well as Shaitan with a Black Hole, but there's that VS swap. Cancels all out. Stun goes out. Wall Leader trying to attack from the rear. Not going to be enough. Enchantress with one last imp will get the kill. 3 down. Tide's almost dead. He's running back to the main base. Dwarven Sniper tries to shrapnel shot it up. But the GG well played. YouBoat losing their first match here in the defense. And Natural 9 claiming their first one. They'll be happy with this. Natural 9's been a long time since we get to see them being displayed to the world. And they really haven't been displayed as this kind of team as well. They're taking out their first game of the defense against the Swedes. YouBoat being a team, I believe, attending DreamHack. Natural 9 probably wish they were there. Instead, the only team coming from Australia is actually, I forgot the name of it. Frey. Frenetic Array is the only team going from Australia, but that's for the Heroes of New Earth competition. So there's GG! That was our second last game for today as well. No, it wasn't. It was our third last. We got 2 more games to get through today. EMC versus Panzer, as well as Problem versus GDT. There's your final stats screen for all those people who love their stats. And we'll be back here in just a moment. Stick around. More action for the defense coming to you.